Joining me live tonight in NC Continental Prime is legal practitioner Matthew Barkaa, is also a senior advocate of Nigeria. A warm welcome to you, Barrister Barkaa, and thanks for joining us on NC Continental Prime.
Thank you very much.
Senior advocate, with the recent swearing-in of 9 new justices of the Court of Appeal, what impact do you foresee on the efficiency and effectiveness of the appellate process and the judiciary in Nigeria at large?
Well, first I wish to congratulate those justices of the Court of Appeal, newly sworn in today. And one thing I will say about all of them is that they are not new to us. They are justices that we have known and justices before whom we have appeared. So we can attest to their pedigree and their competence and integrity. So I'll say congratulations to them. Now, coming to your question, Section 237 of the 1999 Constitution provides for the establishment of the Court of Appeal. It goes on to say that the Court of Appeal shall be constituted by such number of justices, not less than 49. So the appointments that you have today swells that number by 9. And it will go a long way in aiding the administration of the criminal, of both the criminal and the civil justice system, in that we'll have more hands and fresh ideas and more people to deal with appellate issues, which are arising more and more by the day.
Now, Barrister Barkaa, for the sake of our viewers, could you elaborate on the specific responsibilities and duties of justices within the Court of Appeal, and how do they contribute to the overall administration of justice in the country?
In the hierarchy of our courts, the role of the Court of Appeal is to sit over decisions and decisions from the lower court, particularly the High Court of the states, the Federal High Court, National Industrial Court, and Court Martial and the rest. Now, the role of the appellate court is to look at whatever complaints any litigant has as it relates to the judgment of the trial court. So their role basically is it's corrective, in the sense that nobody goes to the Court of Appeal except he feels aggrieved by a decision of the lower court, and he wants the Court of Appeal to take a second look at the judgment of the lower court. So the role of the appellate court generally is to look at whatever complaints Nigerians have as it relates to lower court. So it's actually a second opportunity for a litigant who commences action at the High Court to convince their lordship that he or she was right at the trial court, and the trial court did not look at certain aspects of the law. So their duties, the role of the appellate court generally, is to seek to correct whatever was not right at the trial court.
Thank you, Barrister Barkaa. I'd like to bring in our second distinguished guest who will help us unpack this new development in Nigeria's judiciary, Barrister Izuchukwu Oboko. Barrister Oboko, a warm welcome to you. Now let's get straight to it. What specific challenges or caseload issues do you think this newly appointed justices of the Court of Appeal will help alleviate within the Court of Appeal system?
Hi, good evening. Thank you for having me. First off, let me congratulate the 9 justices that have now been elevated to the Court of Appeal. I wish my Lord justices of the Court of Appeal all the very best in their new task and in their new role. Now, no doubt, as can be seen by the Court of Appeal website, as at date, there are about 72 justices of the Court of Appeal. With the addition of these 9 justices, that brings it to 81. Undoubtedly, this means that 9 additional hands have been added to help in the work of the Court of Appeal. Now, because of the increasing number of appeals coming from the Federal High Court, the National Industrial Court, the High Court of FCT, and the High Court of the 36 states, and some others from some other administrative bodies. And don't forget the election petition that is currently ongoing. There is enormous responsibility on the Court of Appeal. So it's a welcome development that there are 9 justices. It will greatly help in reducing the workload of the already existing 72 justices of the Court of Appeal.
Thank you very much, Barrister Oboko. Now, finally, Barrister Barkaa, as a senior advocate of Nigeria, do you believe the Court of Appeal can address the growing caseload of appeals while ensuring fair and timely justice for all parties involved? And what other help might they need to speed in to make the criminal justice administration in Nigeria faster and to, move on with cases faster than as we see? We've seen this appointment as a good move, as you did allude to. What else needs to be done to support the good work of the justices?
I believe that the Court of Appeal has the capacity to help in the administration of justice. And if you look at the workload of the Court of Appeal and how they have been able to dispense with matters, particularly during pre-election and election matters and cases that arise within this period, you feel for them, because you have justices in some divisions, just 3, dealing with over 50, 60 appeals, and all the appeals running within the same period of 60 days. And you see them doing everything within their powers to ensure that they meet up with this date. And in the last pre-election matters that we had, I don't know of any case that lapsed. Since 2015 or 2011 till date, the cases have not lapsed at the Court of Appeal, which shows you the dexterity and the hard work they put in to ensure that all of these cases are determined within a very short time. Now, the other question you asked, as it relates to what will be of assistance to them, I think that as lawyers, we as lawyers who appear before the justices should try as much as possible to make things easier for them. There are some matters that ought not to be at the Court of Appeal because they are settled already, and you're just going back to the Court of Appeal to have them still restate the law as it is. So such matters that ordinarily are based on settled principles of law ought not to be at the Court of Appeal. If lawyers advise their clients appropriately and take such appropriate steps, we would have reduced the workload. Secondly, it is also our duty to ensure that when we appear before their lordships, we assist them to look at the real merit of cases before them and not pander to technicalities and other issues that delay the administration of justice. The third issue you raise is that of the administration of the criminal justice system. I agree that every justice system in the world must find a way to ensure expeditious disposition of criminal matters. Because when the criminal justice system sets in, every sector is involved. And the individual who is standing trial has a lot of things that goes wrong for him. So the society would want the issue to be determined quickly. The individual will want the court to determine and find out whether or not he's guilty on time. So I think that we should all try and stick to the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, Administration of Criminal Justice Law of various states, and that will go a long way in helping us.
Thank you very much, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Matthew Barkaa, and also Barrister Izuchukwu Oboko for joining us for analysis on this appointment of 9 justices of the Court of Appeal in Nigeria. You're watching NC Continental Prime. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll have more stories from you from across Nigeria and, of course, the African continent. Do stay with us.